Good morning, guys. It's Coach Jesco. I hope you enjoyed your long weekend with your friends and family, and I hope you woke up to some snow on the ground this morning. We woke up to that, and it was a little bit shocking. I just wanted to come in and talk to y'all a little bit about week 3 of virtual learning. You guys have already been at it. You know what we're looking for. You know the expectations, but I wanted to go over the research project just because it's a little bit different than what we've done in the past, okay? So I'm going to show you second period classroom like I usually do. And when you pull up classroom, second and seventh period, you will both see this, okay? You'll have the daily question, which I'll get to here in a second, and then you'll have the virtual learning week 3, all right? There are a lot of things in this virtual learning week 3. You have your lesson plan template that shows you basically what each day will look like. You have the introduction to the Moments research unit, which we're gonna talk about. You have the approved sources. We'll talk about that in a second as well. And I have a breakdown of part 1 of the research project, okay? So when you look at the lesson plan template, it's for this week. You're gonna watch the weekly overview video, which is what we're talking about right now. It also has the link to the unit just in case, and you're gonna view the materials posted on Classroom. Then you're gonna begin brainstorming topics for your research project. This part right here, part 2, will be directly correlated to your daily question, okay? Tomorrow, you're gonna begin researching different topics that you are interested in. Those are probably the topics that you talked about in your daily question. And then you're gonna choose a platform, okay? When I talk about platform, it's the different options that you get to choose from to show your learning in this part 1 of the project, okay? Wednesday, use that time as you need. If you wanna log on to Google Meets at either 10 or 2, I'll be on. You can ask questions, we can talk about things, whatever you need, okay? Thursday, our normal due date day, you're going to turn in part 1 of the research project. It will include your research question and your background knowledge of that topic, which we'll talk about in just a second. And then you're going to respond to 2 of your peers with something that you liked, a question that you have, or something that you want to know more about in their research project, okay? On Friday, you'll have the option to check grades after 12 p.m. I'm trying to stay on top of those so y'all can see where you sit every week. Turn in late work or corrections for up to a 70 by Sunday, and then you're gonna begin planning for the next part of the research project, okay? With the research project, when I show y'all the Moments research unit, you're gonna be able to see everything that you're gonna do for basically the next 5 weeks, okay? And each part is broken down. We basically chunk it each week. So obviously this week's part 1, next week is part 2, so on and so forth, okay? So, when you look at that Moments research unit, which you have access to both on Classroom and on your unit template, the paper we were just on, this one, okay? So you can click here as well. You will pull up to this page. Now I know it's overwhelming. There's a lot, I mean, it's a long document, okay? But every part is chunked. So right here, we're starting on part 1, right where my cursor is, okay? But I want to talk a little bit about the overview, all right? So it says in this unit, students will choose one platform option every week, which is listed on the next page, to display their knowledge and understanding of the weekly assignment. Each week will chunk the research unit into one specific part of the research process. Students will then choose one of the platform options below to complete and turn in by Thursday of each week at 11:59. No different than any other assignment we've done so far. This format will continue throughout the entire research process. Below is an outline, okay? You can, when we look at the platform options, which we will in just a second, you have a choice. So if you want to use the same platform every week, do it. If you feel confident with that, if you feel like that's the best way to show your knowledge, do it. If you want to switch it up every time, change it up, try something different, do that too, okay? It's whatever platform you feel is going to make you the most successful, all right? So here's part 1. The research unit is explained, okay? That's what we're about to talk about. You're gonna spend some time researching a moment in history that you are interested in and how this moment impacted our world today. Some examples include conspiracy theories, war heroes and villains, celebrity lives like Eazy-E and NWA, social movements, etc. You will pick a topic you are interested in, figure out how and why that moment changed our world today, and why that is important. When looking at the above examples, a research question may include, how did the death of JFK impact our society or trust of the government? What would have happened if Hitler did not come to power? How did police brutality influence Eazy-E and NWA? Overall, how would our world be different if these moments did not happen? Okay. Part 1 will ask you to compose your specific research question and provide background knowledge of your topic from the platform options below. Okay. Again, you're going to attach that chosen platform. We're about to go over those. You're going to attach those chosen platforms to the question, post it on Classroom. That's due on Thursday. Okay. So usually we would have a quick write, but this will just say Part 1 Moments Research Unit assignment. Okay. And you'll attach it right there. So when you scroll down on your handout, you have a choice board format if that's easier for you to see it, or I've listed it. In both the choice board and the list, it's the exact same options, okay? So you can do an essay if you want to do an essay. You can create a video presentation like I'm doing right now. You can create a pictorial representation, so different pictures to show the background for this Part 1. You can write a poem or a song. You can create a video presentation. I think that option's on there twice. It is. You can draw your own representation of the new learning. So if you're an artist, I know we have a few artists in the different classes, you might want to do that. You can create a slideshow to present the new learning based on the research question, create a blog, or create a timeline, okay? So again, when you look through this, each part is chunked. So next week you'll attempt Part 2, the following week Part 3, and you have 5 parts, okay? When we get to Part 4 and Part 5, I'm hoping that we're back in school. But if we're not, then we have the option to still complete that part of the project virtually, okay? The last 2 things I'll show y'all, and I'll show them to you quick, is that I've also posted this Moments Research Project PowerPoint, okay? So again, it gives you the purpose of this project. It gives you some conspiracy theory examples, and at the bottom of each example for each of the different options, I've talked to you about what the point is if you choose conspiracy theories. Okay, so you're going to be asked to look at and explain how this impacted the world today. Then I have some more heroes and villain examples. Okay, same thing. Asked to look at and explain how this historical moment has impacted the world today. Okay, then I have some celebrity life examples. When you're looking at those, you'll be asked to look at and explain how certain moments have impacted their life and potentially those of others. Okay, and then some social movement examples. So again, in researching any social movement, asked to look at and explain how this movement has impacted our society and our world today. Okay, then I talk about the reliable sources. You have a link here as well as on Classroom, and these are the approved sources that you should use when researching your topic. Okay, so when you click that, you'll be able to go to this handout, and you'll see different ones that you can choose from and resources that we have through Randall High School, okay? And then what I've done is I've posted, again, the purpose of Part 1. It has the link to the handout that we went over, the different platform options, okay? I have some Part 1 examples, so I have one for conspiracy theories, war heroes and villains, celebrities, and social movement. So when you pick what you want to research, you're going to have to create it into a question. So I showed some examples here. Okay, so for example, how did the act of 9/11 impact America's trust of the government? Without the bombing of Pearl Harbor, how does this impact the outcome of World War II? How did police brutality, discrimination, and his upbringing impact Eazy-E and ultimately NWA's success? And how did MLK's speech have a direct impact on the civil rights movement? Okay, so once you've created your own research question like me, you're going to place the question and background information regarding that question into one of the platform options. Okay, so you're going to look at one of these platform options and you're going to pick which one is the best for you to show your knowledge. Okay, for you, it might be a slide. I might pick a slide. For me, I'd probably pick a video. Like, here's my research question, here's my background knowledge. It's quick, it's easy, it's to the point. I'm done, okay? And then I would attach that link or that slide to the assignment posted on Classroom, okay? So I've showed you Part 1 examples, I've showed you the questions that I'm looking for, and then you would provide some background information. So for example, if you were to take Eazy-E and NWA, police brutality was big during that time in LA, discrimination was big. That's kind of why they got their start was just from the different songs that were a little bit explicit, that talked about real moments that were happening. Okay, and then as they continued to expand and grow, you know, Eazy-E was the intro to Straight Outta Compton. If they would have never gotten big, maybe Eazy-E would have never started that intro, maybe he would have never been a celebrity. If you think about the ripple effect, maybe without him being such a sensation, maybe he would have never gotten HIV. Maybe he wouldn't have died from that. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. There's so many different things that can play into that. Okay, so that would be your background knowledge. Just giving a little bit of a summary of what has happened to those people, to the nation, why that moment is important. Kind of strategically putting that together so that you're telling me and your classmates the purpose of your research. Okay, so you're going to be forming a question and giving some background knowledge in this part 1, and then I'll continue to add to this slideshow. So what I did was I put a white slide right here, and I said part 2 will occur next week. Okay, and then again, all my contact information so that you can message me, you can ask me questions so that I can help you through the research process. Okay. As we continue, I will add to this PowerPoint so all the information is in the same place, okay? I know it's a lot of information. I know it's a long video. If you got all the way to the end, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, always feel free to email me, message me through Remind, get on Google Meets, really at any time, but for sure between 10 to 11 and then from 2 to 3. If you want to meet any time outside of that, let me know. You have the link. We can get on and we can talk too, okay? So I hope you guys have fun with this project. I hope you research and figure out some things that are of interest to you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks, guys.